I want to play out for our viewers once again the comment made by Nawaz Sharif, and that's very interesting, the wordplay that Gaurav just pointed out. The Indian Foreign Secretary said that the Foreign Secretaries will be in touch. Nawaz Sharif interpreted that and said publicly that the Foreign Secretaries would meet. So just listen once more to the Nawaz Sharif comment. In fact, it's a statement being read out. This is what Pakistan's Prime Minister said.
My government therefore stands ready to discuss all issues between our two countries in a spirit of cooperation and sincerity. After all, we owe it to our people to overcome the legacy of mistrust and misgivings. We agreed that common objective could be facilitated by greater people-to-people exchanges at all levels. Prime Minister Modi warmly reciprocated my sentiments and remarked that my visit to New Delhi was seen as a special gesture by the people of India. He stated that it was incumbent on both of us to work together to achieve our common objectives for peace and development. We also agreed that the two foreign secretaries would be meeting soon to review and carry forward our bilateral agenda in the spirit of our meeting today. It also gave me great pleasure to call on President Pranab Mukherjee this afternoon and have the warm and friendly exchanges with him. I take leave of this historic city. I do so with a strong sense that the leaderships and the peoples of our two countries share desire and mutual commitment to carry forward our relationship for the larger good of our peoples. Thank you.
Nawaz Sharif, I want to go across to Jaidev Ranade on his sense of this terse statement read out by Nawaz Sharif, not really answering any of the substantive points that we would have sought answers for.
In fact, he's skirted all the substantive points from what I can see. He's tried to put a positive spin on the meeting, a gloss as it were, over the issues that would have been stumbling blocks or would have been raised, contentious issues, and he's tried to project an air of reasonableness on the part of his government. What he did say, I think, which Gaurav Sawant pointed out, was the play on the words about the Foreign Secretary's meeting to carry forward bilateral relations. That's the way he put it, in contrast to what our Foreign Secretary said, who said the Foreign Secretaries will be in touch. So I think there's a lot of difference there, and this is part of the spin that Nawaz Sharif is trying to put on the talks.
Okay, Sartaj Aziz, the advisor to Nawaz Sharif, has spoken to my colleague Javed Ansari, and he said that we hope that the Foreign Secretaries can meet within the month. That's what Nawaz Sharif's aide on foreign affairs, Sartaj Aziz, is saying. He hopes that the Foreign Secretaries can meet before the end of the month. I think the sense I'm getting is all that Nawaz Sharif is keen on taking back is to ensure that the dialogue process in some manner or form is brought back on track, whereas India is seeking hard, substantive assurances on what they'll do with terrorism, which, as of now, they haven't answered, sir.
Well, basically, this is what Sartaj Aziz has told Javed, then he is only continuing what High Commissioner Basit had said the other day, that let's start talks without any preconditions. Whereas what Sujata was saying was that Foreign Secretaries will be in touch, which means that the entire purpose of any meeting has to be settled first before a meeting can proceed. So from India's point of view, there are preconditions to any talks, which means the terror must stop, as has been India's consistent policy.
So are we at a deadlock then, General Prasad, where both sides stating old positions, not really making any headway?
I did not expect anything else happening today. And India has once again said, we are taking the first step. We expect you to come back and say how you're going to react to it. Obviously, let's wait and watch how Pakistan reacts. Terror has to stop. Terrorist camps, training camps have to be wound up. We have an intelligence system to keep a watch on it. Unless we get adequate evidence to show that terror is on its decline, I'm sorry, nothing much is going to happen.
Okay, Nawaz Sharif also spoke to Javed on the way out. Javed managed to put in a question to which Nawaz Sharif said, I've invited Narendra Modi, he's graciously accepted my invitation. We hope he can visit us after Eid. Is that something, Jaidev Ranade, you think will make sense for Narendra Modi to go to Pakistan if nothing changes? Hafiz Saeed roaming free soon after Eid for Modi to go to Pakistan?
It's too soon. And in any case, as they said, let's hope the foreign secretaries meet soon, within the month. That's one statement made. Now it's part of this pressuring India in public to try and get us to move.
No, but the whole Pakistani approach seems to be flawed. You're trying to put pressure on India, whereas the onus is really on Pakistan to deliver. You deliver on terror, you deliver on the most favored nation status, you deliver on Hafiz Saeed. India is prepared to roll out the red carpet.
See what Mr. Modi said, that बंदूक की आवाज़ बंद होनी चाहिए तभी बातचीत हो सकती है. उन्होंने आज ये दोबारा कह दिया कि we are prepared to talk to you, but please let us stop, create an atmosphere for talking, whether it is at the foreign secretary level or whether it is at the prime minister's level. This invitation has been given to you to come and work together as a SAAC in the neighborhood. Now if you don't want to proceed further from here, well then let's see what happens.
That's very interesting.
I think that's the note.
Will we see Nawaz Sharif also make a different comment when he lands in Islamabad? Because right now he's in Indian territory. So therefore we're seeing a more calibrated response. Will we see a more open, more frank response once he lands in Pakistan? Because usually on landing in Islamabad, he does speak to the press over there, Mr. Ranade.
It's possible. Otherwise his surrogates, the Tanzeem,
I don't think there will be any change in what he's going to say in Pakistan. Because the truth of the matter is different. And the truth of the matter is he's been told the truth. I don't think in Pakistan, once having landed in Pakistan, he's going to change. This statement continues to remain. There's nothing much to add.
So how will Rajiv Dogra things move from here? Stern message delivered to Pakistan. Pakistan clearly sheepish, which is probably why it took as much time as it did to put that joint statement together. How do things move from here on?
There are 2 or 3 things. As far as Nawaz Sharif is concerned, he will continue to play the statesman good cop routine. As far as his other aides are concerned, they are the ones who would leak to the media and who would give details of what they said on Kashmir or didn't say on Kashmir. The third thing is, there's another side which will speak on behalf of Pakistan. They have spoken partly in Herat, and as you discovered very intelligently, Lashkar-e-Taiba had warned of that a few minutes before the attack actually happened. So whether similar things are in store is another issue, because they have not said a word on whether they have responded positively to India's request on stopping
I also
terror.
want your thoughts on this one thing that Nawaz Sharif says in this statement. I recalled my invitation to Prime Minister Vajpayee to Lahore in February 1999 and told him I intended to pick up the threads of the Lahore Declaration from where it had to be left off in October 1999, which is when the coup happened. Now, he seems to be believing that just by saying that let's rewind the clock back to 1999, that will happen in a snap. That cannot happen. A lot has changed. And does Nawaz Sharif not get that, Mr. Ranade?
Well, if you've seen over the years, every time they've been saying that, and there's been someone on this side who's been saying, well, yes, let's give them another chance. So that's the hope that I think Nawaz Sharif